Hey everybody, welcome to practice. My name is MaryAnngeline. Today you'll need a block for our class. This is a 15-minute full body class integrating a block the whole time. So grab your block and make your way lying down into a butterfly with the block underneath your feet. You can rest your hands on the belly or arms out to a T or in cactus, but connect to your breath to start. Since this is a short practice, we won't be in any posture for too long. So let's grab those knees, bring them together, and place the block between your feet. Tap the heels down to the ground and bring those heels back up. So you're in a bent knee position. Heels move down and heels float up. Trying to keep the knees bent the whole time and the ankles in line with those knees. Continue on a few more times. Then bring those arms out to a T, and then we'll take it to the right. So that 90-degree shape of the legs will stay. Let the knees fall right, let the knees fall left. And as you bring it back to center, use the opposite hip to draw yourself back to center. All in all, we're squeezing the block between our feet. So we're getting right into movement, right into activating the core center, right into coming into those stabilizing muscles. Take it maybe once or twice more. You might want to move a little slowly. You might want to move a bit quicker, whatever makes sense for your body for today. Then we'll take the block into our hands and place the block on the bottom of the feet with the legs straight up towards the sky. So now we're balancing the block on the feet. It may take a moment to adjust the block. I have smaller feet, so it's a little harder for me to keep the block on my feet. But once you do, we'll stack the feet over the hips. We'll take our right hand to our left leg, left hand to right leg, and keep alternating right and left, keeping the shoulder blades off the ground, right and left, right and left, right, left, right, and release. Grab your block. Bend your knees, take your block overhead between your hands. Feet are flat, knees are bent. Now take the block in line with the heart, so over the heart, and I want you to press your shoulder blades away from the ground and then draw them back down to the back. Again, lift and then anchor. Lift, anchor. All right, now keep them anchored. Take the arms overhead once again. As you bring the block to the pelvis, lift the hips up, bridge pose. Then lower the hips and take the block overhead. Again, bridge, block slowly comes to touch the hip bones. And then as you lower the pelvis, the block returns overhead. Lift the hips, lower the block. Lower the hips, lower the block. You got it. Here we go. Hips high, block to pelvis. Hips low, block overhead. Hips high, block to pelvis. Hips low, block overhead. Take your block to the top of the mat now as you rock your weight up and through into a tabletop pose, right into your cow. Drop the belly and round it out into cat. Cow on the in-breath, cat on the out-breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Pause in your down dog. If you need to add any movement, please do. We'll be here for just a moment. Right leg goes high. Squeeze the heel to the booty. Pull the knee to the belly. Then step that foot forward. Grab your block between your palms. Take your arms overhead for crescent lunge. Now bend the elbows and the back knee and then straighten. Take the arms forward. Think airplane arms. And then pull the block to the heart as you come into your airplane. Repeat this. Crescent, bend the elbows, bend the back knee. Straighten it out. Torso comes forward. Think warrior 3. Hands to heart as you float the back leg, airplane. Reset. Crescent, bend everything. Straighten it out. Lower the torso forward. Pull the block in as you float off the back leg. Crescent, bend everything. Straighten it out. Lean forward. Hands to heart, back leg floats. Crescent. Bend everything. Straighten it out. Lower the torso. Reach that block forward. Shift the weight off of the ground, and then reset. Open up to warrior 2 with the block in the right hand now. Side angle pose. That block will be underneath your right hand. Reverse warrior, that block will now go overhead. So you're pushing the block up towards the sky. Take the block down to the mat now, wide-legged forward fold with a twist, left arm up, right hand stays on the block. You can also half bind with that left arm if you'd like. Try to keep the pelvis as neutral as possible. Then unwind yourself into a fold. I'm using the forearms on the block. You don't have to. You can also bring your forehead to the block if you want to adjust the height of the block. And then we'll take our hands on our block, Skandasana to the back of the mat. With the block between the palms, extend them up towards the sky as a challenge. Otherwise, the block can stay on the ground. Then bring the block to heart center, lift off the back knee, come into a lunge towards the back of your mat. Send your left leg high, three-legged dog. Squeeze the heel to the booty, knee into the belly. Step the foot forward, re-grab your block, arms overhead, crescent lunge sequence on this second side. We bend the elbows, bend the back knee, straighten it out, keep the spine straight, lean forward, float off the back leg as you pull the block into heart. Reset in your crescent, straighten out. Bend it all, re-extend, lean the chest forward, pull everything in, float off the back leg. Crescent lunge, bend the arms, back knee, straighten it out, lower the torso, pull the heart, block towards heart as you float the back leg. Crescent. Bend, extend, lower, pull in as you float off. Again, crescent lunge, bend it all, straighten it out, lower the torso, pull the block in as you float up. Crescent lunge. Keep the block into the left hand as you open up to warrior two. Side angle pose, that block will come to the mat. We'll keep that left hand on the block, right arm up and over. Reverse warrior, keep the block in the hand, send it up towards the sky. Let it be a nice reminder to lift out of that shoulder. Then block to the ground as you come into wide-legged fold with a twist, right arm up towards the sky. Left hand can stay on the block as support. Maybe you half bind with that top right arm. Keep the breath alive, moving with intention through the body. Then release into your fold, maybe forearms to the block. Very, very active and aware, with our breath. Of course, we're going to keep breathing, we're live, but can you be aware with the breath? Skandasana to the right side now, block between the palms. You can take the arms overhead or keep the block down. But to transition, we'll pull the block to heart center, lift yourself up and over into a lunge. Step the right foot back, this time plank, chaturanga, your back bend. And downward facing dog is where you will meet. Down dog, lift those heels high. Move forward, step, walk, or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold on the exhale. Grab the block, take it with you up to standing. Place the block between your inner thighs as high up as you can get it. And bend the knees, reach the arms forward. Fly the arms back, lift the heels up. Drop the heels down, arms forward. Again, fly as heels pop up. Arms forward, heels lower. Arms back, heels lift. Arms forward, heels lower. Arms back, heels lift. Arms forward, heels down. Lift and lower. Grab your block now. Block between your palms. Bend your left knee, squeeze the heel towards the booty. Extend out to full warrior three. Arms forward, left leg back. You have a block between your hands. Lower into a lunge with a twist. Block under the left hand, right arm up. Straighten out the leg for your pyramid. Modified pyramid, back heel is high. You can also half bind. And as you do, rotate your chest forward. Take the block with you. Left arm goes up. Both legs are still straight. We're in an exalted here. Open yourself up and around to the back of the mat for triangle. So your legs stay straight. We're just pivoting the feet all the way to the back towards the left, holding the half bind or traditional triangle arm, whatever feels best, with the block under the left hand. Rotate the heart down now. Come into a pyramid. You can move the block in front of your toes for a little more space, a little more length. Drop down for a low lunge, block between your hands, take your arms overhead, maybe slight back bend. Gaze can go up and back. Block to the inside of the left foot for lizard pose, maybe forearms to block, maybe forehead to block. Full deep breaths. Lift yourself up, come into a lunge and step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Wide, wide chair. Come up to standing, arms overhead. Back down to chair, flat back, block goes forward. Stand tall, bend the knees, chest down. Stand tall, bend the knees, chest down. Stand tall, bend the knees, chest down. Again, up and lower. Up. Stay up, bring your block between your inner thighs. Let's start from the beginning of the sequence, chair pose. Fly the arms back, lift the heels. Float the arms forward, drop the heels. Keep going in and out. Use the breath, maybe add a little momentum with the arms, a little bit of a press of resistance, like you're moving through something. And as you shift your weight forward into your toes, spread the toes wide so there's weight on all 10 toes. And when you lower down, nice and slow. Now grab the block, place it between your hands, bend your right knee, little flamingo with that leg. Extend it into warrior three, arms forward, right leg back. Block to the mat, into a lunge with a twist. Left arm up, right hand stays down. Keep the twist, just straighten out the front leg. Maybe hook the left arm behind you for half bind in this modified pyramid. Rotate the chest down. Take your block with you into that right hand up towards the sky. Maybe gaze up. Then open yourself to the right, to your original front of your mat, into triangle pose. The block stays under the right hand. The left arm can be bound or not. And we'll pause just for a moment longer. Arrive into your pyramid now. Maybe take the block in front of your front foot for a little more space, a little more length. Lower the back knee to the ground. Low lunge with the block between the palms. Slight back bend. Bring the block now to the inner part of your right foot. Come into your lizard pose. Forearms to the block. Maybe forehead to the block, whatever feels best in this lizard. We'll start to unwind out of the pose. Grab the block. Tuck the back knee, step the left foot forward. Come into your crow pose if you'd like, with the block in front of you. Or plant your feet on the block, get yourself a little bit higher, bring those knees to the arms and float off the block. Then from there you can tap your toes on and off the block. So on the block and then open wide off. A little core strengthen work. So lots of variations. Any crow variation, maybe you follow me exactly. Maybe you just hold Malasana. If you'd like, we're going to take a forward fold now to release. You can stay on the block, stand on it or not. Either way, let your head relax. Shake it out no, nod it yes. Maybe you clasp opposite elbows for ragdoll pose. If you are in the block, be mindful so you don't fall off. And then come down onto your bottom. We'll be in a butterfly, feet together, knees wide, hands between, holding onto the block, arms overhead. And then take the block as far forward as you can, hands on the block. So you're reaching the hands as far away from your body as possible as you come into this fold in your butterfly. Slowly bring yourself up. Take the block behind you now. We're coming into a supported heart opener, which can be a little intense. So you place the block across the shoulder blades. Let the head drop down to the ground. So you will get a nice throat opener. You'll get a nice stretch across your heart center. You'll get a nice pressure into the shoulder blades. If it's ever too much, you just come out of it without the block, or you can place the block under your forehead, the back of your head. Again, we're not here very long. So as you're ready, remove the blocks and come into your final pose, your Savasana. This was a quick practice, so we'll take a quick Savasana, but all in all, it's so important that we're here on our backs resting for just a moment. So allow yourself to be, and when it's time, I'll guide you out. Start to slowly awaken the body, return movement back into your hands and your feet. Rock yourself up to a seated position facing the front. Hands to heart center, eyes closed. Rub the palms, create heat. Place the left hand on the heart, right hand on top of the left, bow the chin. Thank yourself for this quick 15-minute practice integrating the block. You did amazing. All right, friends, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, put any comments below, any questions. I'll see you next time.